Hi, Clarity family. Welcome to your reading. Your energy pulled you to this title for a reason. And let me tell you right now, it wasn't by accident, okay? Because you have been thinking, feeling, maybe even dreaming about this man, and now your soul wants answers, all right? So, what's really going on in his head? How does he see you now, for real? Okay, I need you to take a moment and meditate here on the three cards and pick the one that calmly draws you the most. This is card one with the green aventurine crystal, card two, the carnelian crystal, and card three, the brown moonstone. All right, so let's get straight into your reading. Hi, Clarity family. Welcome to your reading. Your energy pulled you to this title for a reason. And let me tell you right now, it wasn't by accident. You have been thinking, feeling, and maybe even dreaming about this man, and now your soul wants answers. What's really going on in his head, and how does he see you now? For real. And why does it feel like he's saying one thing but hiding 10 others? Pile one, Green Aventurine, and the Four of Swords. Woo! Okay, Spirit's coming in strong because if you were drawn to this pile, you have been in a place of quiet reflection, maybe even emotional burnout. You have been holding space for this connection, but you're also tired. Tired of the silence, tired of the mixed signals, tired of showing up with love while he shows up with confusion. And he feels it. Here's the wild part. He sees you as peace, but also power. He knows you're the type of woman who can hold space and hold her own. Okay, so you're like a storm in stillness, and that scares him more than he'll ever admit because you are healing, you're rising, you're pulling back your energy. And this man, he notices the shift. But here's the kicker. He doesn't know if he should chase you or hide from the truth you reflect. Because you don't just look good, you make him question everything, his decisions, his habits, his worthiness. And baby, that's a mirror he's not ready for. Okay, so um you were his place of rest until he realized rest requires honesty. And that's when he started pulling away, and not because he didn't care, but because you see through him. You see past the ego, past the lies, past the little games. He sees you as safe, but his shadow sees you as dangerous. Okay, because to fully be with you means he'd have to evolve. And right now he's battling himself more than he's battling for this love. I'm about to pull your next card and see what's coming next in this connection. But don't go anywhere because at the end of this reading, I'm going to give you a full energetic summary of this man's current frequency. Baby, no sugarcoating, all facts. So let's go ahead, let's keep going and pull your next card to see where the energy is headed. You have, there is nothing sexier than my authentic truth. Absolutely love that for you because I feel like that's where you are right now. So let's pull the next card. We're going to read both energies. Queen Nefertiti, Alchemy. Ooh, okay. Whoa. All right, so let's start here. Oh, yeah, baby. We turning this all the way up, okay? Because a spirit is cooking. Spirit is cooking because this is giving powerful AF. Let me say this loud for the ones in the back. You stepped into a version of yourself that can no longer be faked with, okay, played with, or preyed on. You are the walking embodiment of authenticity, sensuality, and soul. And this man, yeah, he's watching. He sees it. And he's doing something. And this is the it's doing something to him. Okay? Because when you stand in your truth, you trigger his lies. So this card isn't just a cute affirmation. This is a spiritual warning shot. You're no longer bending to be chosen, and you're no longer shrinking to be understood. And baby, there's nothing sexier than a woman who knows her power. Now, Queen Nefertiti stepping through. Child, that's divine feminine energy with a crown so high, his ego can't even reach it. Alchemy means transformation, turning pain into power. So you have taken every broken promise, every ghosted message, every sleepless night, and spun it into gold. You are not the same woman he thought he could come and go, right? Who he thought he can come and go on. You're not asking for reciprocity anymore. You're expecting it. He sees this and he shook, okay? Because you're giving, I've outgrown the old version of me that tolerated your confusion. Let's be real. He's still drawn to you, still fantasizing, still watching, but he doesn't know how to approach you now that you have stepped into your alchemy. Your energy is different. It's clearer, cleaner, stronger. You're in your imprints era. And Spirit is not letting clowns get past the gate. Okay? They're not getting past the gates. So let's keep going because, listen, Spirit has more to say. And don't forget, I'm giving you the full energetic breakdown of this man at the end so you don't miss a single red or green flag, okay? So let's go ahead and drop your next card and see where the energy is headed. Thank you, Spirit. All right, so what is the energy as it does relate? What is coming through? Emotional intimacy. He says, I'm afraid to truly open up to you. Being raw and authentic with my emotion is something I'm still working on. And this card literally has authentic on the card, the word authentic. So this is a synchronicity. And guess what? The card is the same color combination as the card that says there's nothing sexier than my authentic truth. Spirit is showing up and showing out today. Click like for that, y'all. We gotta acknowledge that Spirit is omnipresent. All right. So let's see. Girl, I'm afraid. I gotta say this again. I'm afraid to truly open up to you. Being raw and authentic with my emotions is something I'm still working on. It's getting real now. Oh, yeah. Okay. Spirit doubled down. The word authentic came up twice, back to back, and both cards are vibrationally aligned in color and energy. That's not a coincidence. That's divine orchestration. And this man is being spiritually pushed to confront what he's been hiding, especially emotionally. Okay? He's been performing confidence but avoiding vulnerability. He's been watching you glow in your truth while struggling to even say how he feels. And now Spirit got him cornered. Okay? So, honey, here's the real tea. You in your authentic energy is exposing the parts of him that he's been trying to bury. You don't just attract him, you activate him. And that scares him because he's never been seen this deeply before. And no one has ever held space for his emotional truth like you do. But he's afraid. Afraid that if he opens that door, you'll leave. Afraid that if he shows you the mess behind the mask, you'll change how you see him. So what does he do? He retreats, he deflects, he stays surface level, but all while craving you deeper than he admits. Here is what Spirit wants you to know loud and clear. You are not too much. He is just too unfamiliar with real, okay? And you're not overwhelming. He's underdeveloped emotionally. And while he's still working on being raw, you mastered it. And that's why this energy is mirroring so hard right now. Okay? That's why it's mirroring so hard right now. And the final download for this card combo, baby, is this. You are now in a chapter where emotional intimacy isn't a request. It's a requirement. And Spirit will block anyone who cannot rise to meet that standard. Yes, he still wants you. Yes, he still feels you. But if he can't match the frequency of your truth, he'll lose access to your energy. Period. Let's keep going. This reading is on fire. All right, so let's go ahead and drop the next card and let Spirit keep spilling. Okay. All right, so let's see. Thank you, Spirit. What is the energy as it does relate? What is coming through? Okay, I'm feeling this. Feeling this. Thank you, Spirit. The star. The star. And why am I not surprised to see this card? Why am I not? Yes, you already know, when the star shows up, Spirit is saying, baby, you are the light now. Okay, so let's just go ahead and flow right into it and keep in the same high vibration, y'all. Okay, real AF, bold and bolded. Okay, so the star card says, and why am I not surprised to see this card? It's saying what I said, right? Like, why? Of course you're not. Of course the star came out. Because let's be honest, you've been doing the healing, the releasing, the reclaiming. You cried, cleansed, cut cords, and still managed to hold love in your heart. You are the blessing. You are the wish. You are what he couldn't destroy. And now he sees it. He sees that you shine brighter without him. And that glow up isn't just outer. It's spiritual, emotional, and cosmic. Okay, so let's talk about the energy of the star in this moment. This is you rising from the ashes. Not bitter, but better. Not petty, but powerful. And he is looking at you like, damn, how did she become even more of what I couldn't handle? because you didn't just survive him, you alchemized the pain into purpose. And now you walk with divine clarity, an aura that can't be faked, and a soul that won't settle. Here's what's wild though. This card shows up when someone still believes there's hope. And yes, he does. Even if he's silent, even if he's distant, even if he's hiding behind ego or fear, he is still holding on to the idea of maybe. But guess what? Your healing journey is no longer tied to his potential. You're not waiting on him to catch up. You're not shrinking to fit into a version of the past, okay? Because you've become the damn star, and the universe is reflecting that back to you in real time. Baby, because you were the miracle he didn't believe he deserved. And now your light exposes everything he refused to heal. Let him sit with that. You're ascending. Period. All right, love, this energy is getting deeper and Spirit's not done. Okay, we're going to go ahead and pull your next card and let's see how this story unfolds. What is the energy, Spirit, as it does relate? What is coming through? The South Node, past lives, natural gifts, and karmic challenges. South Node. I just had to pause for that as I feel the message coming through. Listen, baby, now we're cracking into the soul contract, okay? South Node energy, that means we're not just talking about this lifetime anymore. We're talking karma, cycles, unfinished business, and why this connection felt so damn deep, even when it hurt. Okay, so it's given, we've been here before. And I don't just mean emotionally. This connection is karmic, ancestral, and has roots deeper than memory. Your souls recognize each other. That's why it felt magnetic. That's why the pull was so intense. But baby, let's be real. Just because it's a soul tie, it doesn't mean it's a soul match. This card is exposing the truth. You've outgrown a contract he's still repeating. You came into this life with natural gifts, the ability to see through illusions, feel other people's pain, and alchemize your own. He came in with challenges, emotional suppression, ego wounds, and fear of intimacy. And this connection, it wasn't meant to trigger evolution in both of you. I mean, it was meant to trigger evolution in both of you. So let's go deeper, because you were sent to awaken him, but that was never the same as being sent to wait for him. Okay, so you've already passed the karmic test. You learned the lesson and reclaimed your power and broke the loop. He's still repeating it. And that's why this connection still lingers. And not because you are not over him, but because he hasn't evolved. Okay? Because he is still stuck in a timeline where your light made him feel seen and his shadow made him sabotage it. Spirit wants you to know you were not wrong for loving him, but you'd be wrong to lower your vibration to stay. Okay? So this isn't punishment. This was a portal, a past life wound that cracked open so you could finally, fully step into the version of you that remembers who she is. And now you don't owe him another lifetime. You owe yourself freedom. All right, love, this message is layered and sacred, but let's keep flowing. We're going to drop the next card and let's finish unraveling this story. Okay, this is your final card coming through. And after the final card, we will summarize the total energetic vibe here. All right, so what is the energy as it does relate? What is coming through? Balance. Find balance to maintain harmony in relationships. Whoa. Oh, you know what? Let me adjust your cards so you can see all of them, just in case you would like to screenshot the energy here. So again, this card says, find balance to maintain harmony in relationships. I'm going to tell you what I'm picking up. Okay. All right. So this connection was always about balance, okay? And how often you were the only one trying to hold it up. You were pouring, he was receiving. You were communicating, he was deflecting. You were growing, he was retreating. But now you have come into emotional alignment, and Spirit is saying loud and clear, if it's not mutual, it's not yours. So this card is here to remind you that love is not supposed to cost you your peace. Real connection doesn't ask you to dim your truth. And balance isn't just about staying. It's about both people meeting each other equally and willingly. You are not meant to carry the relationship and the healing. Okay? You are not the bridge, the anchor, and the entire emotional GPS. That's not partnership. That's emotional labor disguised as love. Okay? Because this card also confirms your growth. You're not where you used to be. And you now recognize when the scales are off. And most importantly, you no longer apologize for choosing yourself. That is your power. That is your peace. And that is your new standard. Now let's go into the final energetic summary. This man sees you as light, healing, and power, but also a mirror he's still afraid to face. You've evolved, you've elevated, you've stepped into your truth. And every step of your transformation is activating his inner battle. He's still attracted, still haunted, still hiding, but your soul, she's no longer willing to play the tug of war with someone who refuses to rise. You were the peace. You were the alchemy. You were the gift that required accountability. And that's why he couldn't hold you. Now, Spirit is saying, release the old cycle, honor the growth, and receive only what matches your frequency now. You're not the same woman he walked away from. You're the version he wished he had the courage to rise for. This is your clarity. This is your crown. And baby, it's sitting just right. If this reading resonates with you, make sure you drop a comment below. I absolutely enjoy reading your comments. I am sending you lots of love and good energy. Hi, Clarity family. Welcome to your reading. You were drawn to this because something deep down is asking, how does he see me right now? And trust, if this is the pile you landed on, Spirit is about to spill, okay? So let me just tell you, you chose the carnelian crystal and the Queen of Wands. And baby, that says a lot without saying too much, okay? So this isn't just attraction. This energy, he can't ignore. Even if he's acting like he doesn't feel it, you've shifted. Your vibe has changed. Whether you've been low key or front and center, your presence is coming through loud right now. And it's doing something to him, okay? He's watching, he's overthinking, and Spirit's about to drag his emotional state into the light. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pull your next card. But don't go anywhere, because at the end of the reading, I'm going to give you a full energetic breakdown of how this man is responding to this version of you, specifically through the lens of this carnelian plus the Queen of Wands energy. So let's get into it. All right. Let's pull your next card. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. What is the energy as it does relate? What is coming through? You know what? This card here landed, so I'm going to go with this one. And it says, I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. All right, and let's get your next card coming through. I do whatever it takes to get close to consciousness. All right, I'm going to tell you what I'm feeling on that. And here you have the harvest, the goddess Abol Nimba. And her name is spelled Abolnimba. She's the goddess of harvest. And she's from the African Goddess Rising Oracle deck. So let's see the energy, what I'm picking up. Thank you, Spirit. All right. So listen, here's the tea. All right. Here's the tea, girl. I do whatever it takes to get closer to consciousness. Woo. This is alignment energy. This card didn't just show up. It didn't just show up. It came on purpose with purpose. So Spirit is saying, you've been doing the inner work and you've been showing up. You've been cutting through illusions, especially the ones you used to cling to for comfort. So this isn't just about a man anymore. This is about you waking up to your own consciousness, your own power, your own ability to feel the shift before it even happens. And you know what? He feels that too. He can't explain it, but he can sense it. Something about you feels different, more rooted, more certain, more out of reach, not out of spite, but out of evolution. Now let's talk about Abol Nimba. The goddess of harvest doesn't just come through just because you want something. She shows up when it's finally to receive what you planted. And you planted intention, healing, self-worth. You watered your roots with every tear, every boundary, every time you chose growth over games. And now you're reaping energy he didn't think you'd ever access without him. And it's got him sitting in the cut like, how does she get so clear without me? How does her energy feel more powerful than ever? And I'm not a part of it. Because the truth is, you stopped trying to pull him into the light and you chose to expand yours instead. And that is what this harvest energy is about. All right. And the final download from this combo is, listen, you did whatever it took. And now Spirit is handing you the blessing you were once begging from him. Okay. So this card is confirmation that your healing wasn't in vain. Your detachment is not coldness, it's clarity. And your magnetism right now, it's rooted in conscious energy. So this man may be still trying to figure out his next move, but you already made yours. And now the universe is matching it. Let's keep going because this energy is building beautifully. We're going to go ahead and drop your next card. And baby, we will unravel the rest of this energy. So let's see what is coming through, Spirit. What is the message? How does he see you right now? You're so special. You're truly divine. I've never felt energy like yours before, and I can't get enough. Now he's finally seeing the light, right? But guess what? That light is for someone else. Okay. Look. Let's just pause for a second because that light ain't his anymore. Okay? Because Spirit is coming in with clarity and closure. And I'm about to break it down because this next part is your signature. It's deep, okay? Because now he sees it. Now that you have detached, now that your peace, it don't include him. Now that you stop explaining your value and just embodied it. Now he's obsessed with what he used to overlook. Because baby, let's be honest. Your energy has always been divine. He just didn't recognize it until Spirit snatched his comfort away. All right. So now he's feeling the void. Now he's looking around like, wait, where did her energy go? And Spirit is whispering, she took it back. She reclaimed it. Here's the truth. You were the rare frequency that he thought would always be there. And now that you're gone, he's realizing he can't replace it. He can't scroll. He can't text someone else. Right? He can scroll. He can text someone else. He can entertain the ego and avoid the work. But deep down, your energy is imprinted. And that imprint doesn't just fade just because. Just because he fumbled it. But here's the kicker. You're not waiting for him to wake up anymore because you already have. And this light, this glow, this upgraded magnetic healed version of you, it's for someone who can actually hold it. Someone who sees it for the first time. Someone who doesn't need to lose you to realize they had gold in their hands. Baby, yeah, because he sees you now. He feels it now. But Spirit is making it clear. His access to your light is expired because you are not here to teach someone how to value a miracle. You are the miracle, and you finally know it. Woo! This Queen of Wands energy is not playing. Let's go ahead and drop the final card. I mean, not the final card. You have a couple of more cards to go, but stay until the end because I'm going to wrap up this pile with your total energetic summary straight from Spirit. All right, so what is the energy as it does relate? What is coming through? Seven of Swords. That's what he was doing, okay? And he know it. He know it. Seven of Swords. I do want to point out that the sword energy does rule over Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. So that energy certainly can be in the top placements of your birth chart or his as a confirmation in the reading. But yes, he was lying, hiding, scheming, smiling in your face while doing the absolute most behind your back. This card doesn't show up for no reason. It's Spirit putting a flashlight on his sneaky behavior. And let's call it what it is. He wanted the benefits of your energy without the honesty, without the effort, without the accountability. He knew exactly how to breadcrumb, exactly what to say to keep the connection just warm enough so you wouldn't walk away, but cold enough so he didn't have to show up fully. And while you were pouring love and clarity into this man, he was out here wearing a mask, holding secrets, and convincing himself you'd never find out. But baby, you did. Because you don't stay blind once you start waking up. Here's the real tea. He sees you now as someone he can't lie to anymore. He knows you see right through him. And that scares him more than losing you. Because once a Queen of Wands snatches her energy back, ain't no coming back from that. He might be nostalgic now. He might even be replaying every moment where he could have told the truth. But let's be honest, you're not the woman you were when he got away with it. No. Now you peep the patterns. You trust the vibes. You don't chase. You observe. And Spirit is showing you this card not to reopen wounds, but to confirm that your intuition was always spot on. You were never crazy. He was just calculated. But karma, she doesn't miss. And now he's the one haunted by your absence. While you're over here building something real with yourself. And soon, someone new. All right, babe, this energy is getting deep. Let's go ahead and drop your next card. And remember to stay to the end of the total energetic summary, straight from Spirit. All right. So what is the energy as it does relate? What is coming through? You have mutable, versatility, flexibility, adaptability, energy. Mutable is the energy in your astrological birth chart. It does represent zodiac signs. There are mutable zodiac signs, such as this is no coincidence. The message is directly tied to the Queen of Wands and the emotional shifts that this man is feeling now, that he sees you through through a new lens. Okay? The mutable zodiac energy is Gemini, Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Pisces. Okay? Now, this is powerful, and Spirit is saying you've changed, and He doesn't know how to adjust. You used to be predictable, consistent, accessible. But now your vibe is fluid, free, harder to pin down. And that shift is throwing him all the way off. Okay? This card speaks directly to the fact that you're no longer reacting the way he expects. You're no longer easy to read. You're giving new level, new rules, and it's showing. All right? And again, astrologically, mutable energy rules signs like Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. And that means adaptation, transformation, and emotional evolution. He sees it, he feels it, and he doesn't know which version of you he's dealing with right now. That's why his energy's been weird, conflicted, hesitant, because he can sense that you're not waiting anymore. You're choosing. Okay? So here's the deeper meaning. This card isn't just about him, it's about you. You have become more flexible with yourself, more fluid with your truth, more committed to adjusting your life to match your peace, not his potential. And that's what's making you magnetic. Not because you're unpredictable in a game playing way, but because you're not boxed in. You are not boxed in by the version of yourself that loved him from lack. Now you love from overflow. And if someone can't meet that energy, you adapt by walking away. Okay? You're not stuck in cycle anymore. You're not stuck in that cycle. You have become the change he refused to make. You still want access to, he still wants access to the old version, right? To the old you. But the old you, she's been transformed by spirit, okay? The old version of you has been transformed by spirit. All right, babe, we have gone deep. Okay, and so we are going to pull your final card. And within this final card, we're going to see where the energy is headed. And then after the final card, we'll summarize the total energetic resonance. Communication. Effective communication is the bridge to understanding and connection. All right, so we're just gonna pause for 1 second because we're gonna break it all the way down, right? The spirit is tying it all together beautifully. After all the energy that's been unraveled, the silence, the shifts, the realization, this card is showing up as the final thread, the missing link, the what now in his mind and in yours. So, of course, this is the last card because let's be honest, communication was also always the thing he struggled with the most. Okay, because he didn't say what he felt. He didn't explain his silence. He didn't own his actions. He just expected you to read his energy and stay loyal to the confusion. But now that energy Now that your energy's pulled back, now that the silence isn't coming from you waiting, it's coming from you knowing, he want to talk. He wants to talk now. But here's the kicker. He doesn't know how to match the level of truth you speak from now. Because when you speak now, it's not from pain. It's from power, from experience, from clarity. This card also confirms something deep. Spirit is holding him accountable. He's realizing that real love requires real words and connection. It lives or dies by communication. And he's wondering if it's too late to build that bridge back. But here is what Spirit is making loud and clear with this last pull. You're not waiting on a text. You're not waiting on closure. You are the closure. And if he does speak up, it better come correct, because the version of you he used to finesse has left the chat. This Queen of Wands doesn't just need connection, she needs clarity. And if he can't speak truthfully, he doesn't get to speak at all. So yeah, he's still holding on, still tempted to reach out, still watching. But whether he communicates or not, you are already in alignment. And you have learned to speak to Spirit louder than you chase humans. Now your total energetic summary, pile 2, the Carnelian plus the Queen of Wands. This man sees you as power, passion, presence, but also as a mirror that makes him face himself. He's realizing the gravity of what he lost, not just you, but the version of himself that felt safe around your energy. You've elevated. He's unraveling. He wants to speak, but he fears the response. He wants to connect, but he doesn't know if you're still reachable. And the truth, you're not. Not in the way he remembers. Because the Queen of Wands version of you, she's aligned, intuitive, magnetic. And baby, she doesn't beg for energy. She once gave freely. This reading confirms it, okay? You've become the upgrade. You are the harvest, and your communication with Spirit is louder than his silence could ever be. Beautiful pile 2, this does conclude your reading, and I hope this reading resonates with you and inspire you, and if it does, drop a comment below. I absolutely enjoy reading your comments. I am sending you lots of love and good energy. Hi, Clarity family. Welcome to your reading. Your energy pulled you here for a reason, and you want to know, how does he see me right now? And Spirit is already whispering through the cards. This is pile 3, the brown moonstone crystal, and the Queen of Cups. And let me tell you something right now. This energy is soft, but powerful, silent, but unforgettable, tender, but impossible to manipulate. He sees you as emotional depth that he can't reach without drowning. You were the calm in a world that triggered his chaos. You were safe until he mistook that safety as weakness. And now he's realizing that your emotional depth was a privilege, not a given. And you weren't just loving him, you were holding him in a way he never learned to hold himself. And now that you're pulling back, it's hitting hard. We're about to pull your next card and go deeper into this connection. But stay all the way through this pile because I'll be giving you the total energetic summary of what this man feels, fears, and still hides from you, based entirely on the energy of the Queen of Cups and the brown moonstone. So let's keep going. Let's go ahead and see what Spirit has to show us next. All right. Thank you, Spirit. What is the energy as it does relate? You have my energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and pull the next card. We're going to see how this ties into how does he see you right now. You have the goddess Mama Jumbo, the goddess of shine. And her name is spelled Mamadjombo. She's from the African Goddess Rising deck. The goddess of shine. Ooh. All right, so let's see how this man sees you. Thank you, Spirit. Let's get the energy here. With the energy of my energy creates my reality. Let me tell you what I'm picking up. It's given you have realigned, okay? You elevated with this combo. So this man is watching that glow from the sidelines, realizing he no longer has access to the version of you who dimmed her light for his comfort, okay? So the Spirit is saying, we like, okay, Spirit, okay. This isn't just a reminder. This is a warning to him and a confirmation for you. Because what this man is seeing now is a version of you who knows what she carries and knows what she's worth. And most importantly, knows that she doesn't need to prove it to anyone. Okay, so you've become selective with your energy, not cold, just clear, not guarded, just guided. And now he sees you shining in the same light he once took for granted. Now, Mama Jumbo, right? Stepping through is powerful. This is the energy of a woman who doesn't wait to be validated. She simply glows. And now your glow is doing the talking. He's realizing she's not chasing, she's attracting. She's not checking for me. She's checking in with herself. She used to pour into me, and now she's pouring into her purpose. And that's wild. The more he holds back, the brighter you shine. The Queen of Cups, heart. That Queen of Cups heart of yours, right, is no longer leaking. It's aligned. You are manifesting from clarity, not confusion, and your light is making him confront the shadows he thought he buried. He might not say it out loud, but trust, he sees you, he feels you, and he knows he fumbled a force. Let's keep going. This energy is building beautifully. So we'll go ahead and drop the next card. And we'll keep unraveling how he's seeing you now. What is the energy as it does relate? You're mine. I get so pissed knowing other people can have you now. Is it toxic? Yeah, I don't care. I want the world to know you're mine. So obvious this man got some serious issues, right? But at the same time, honey, he is obsessed and he can't let go. No. Let's pause for a second because this is deep. This is deep. So yeah, we're in obsession territory and is given possessive, emotionally stunted, plus regret with a side of delusion. First of all, where is this energy when you were loving him? Where was this your mind energy when you were pouring your soul into this man and getting crumbs in return? Because now that your light is shining and your emotional energy is no longer wrapped around him, he's spiraling. And he hates that he can't control what he no longer has access to. Let's be clear. He doesn't want to do the work to deserve you. He just wants to claim you. That's not love. That's possession. And that's exactly why Spirit is keeping him at a distance while you stay protected in your glow. He's pissed. He's obsessing. Good. Good, because what he's actually upset about is this. You reclaimed what he thought he had a lifetime pass to, okay? Your heart, your time, and your sacred emotional access. And now he's mad that someone else might experience what he fumbled. But instead of rising to meet your energy, he's stewing in jealousy and calling it love. Honey, he may think you're his, but Spirit already revoked his access. He had you when you were unhealed. Now that you're whole, he can't even reach you on the soul level. He can scream your mind all day long. But if he can't honor your heart, he can't sit at your table. All right, so we are almost there. This reading is getting louder with every pull. We're going to go ahead and drop your next card and make sure you stay to the end because the total energetic summary is coming through and it's coming through strong. All right, so let's pull your next card. All right, so what is the energy as it does relate? What is coming through? The Knight of Coins. He's scared. You go meet somebody that sees your value and your worth. And guess what? You are the Knight of Coins going to take care of you, honey. This is a provider. This is somebody not coming to save you, but to build with you, to help you, to support your dreams and goals. This man is grounded and secure within himself. And this other man, we know what he doing. We know what he owns. I do want to point out that the coin energy is in resonance with the Earth zodiacs. So you have Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. This is the one who doesn't just say he wants you. He shows it through action, presence, and consistency. Okay, the Spirit just flipped the whole script. With the Knight of Coins, oh, he's scared now. Let's be real. This man is terrified you're about to meet someone who actually sees you, sees your worth, sees your heart, sees your vision, and doesn't run from it, but shows up to build with it. Because, baby, you're about to be seen by a whole different kind of man. One who doesn't breadcrumb, one who doesn't gaslight, disappear, or shrink from power. This man, this Knight of Coins, he's not coming to rescue you. He's coming to respect you, to support you, to match your stability and offer security without the ego games. Meanwhile, the other one, yeah, he's in his feelings because deep down, he knows you have outgrown his inconsistency. You're not checking your phone, hoping he texts anymore. You're checking your goals, your schedule, your energy, and he's not on it. He fumbled the Queen of Cups, and a whole night is on the horizon. Now, what's crazy is he can feel it, even if he doesn't know who the man is yet. He senses your energy is no longer emotionally available for his nonsense. That intuitive cord you had, you pulled it back, and now his whole nervous system is twitching. Okay, you don't need a savior. You don't need a savior. You needed someone stable, and now spirit is aligning you with just that. No more chaos disguised as passion. No more maybe connections that leave you drained. This next man, he's grounded, intentional, and he doesn't play about his woman. No, he does not. Now, we are going to go ahead and we're going to pull your next card. And then after this message from Spirit, we will summarize the total energetic field here. What is the energy as it does relate? Freedom. Freedom comes from inner liberation. I do want to recognize that the energy of freedom represents Sagittarius and Aquarius. So I feel like this Knight of Coins could also have that energy in the top placements of his birth chart, as well as you in the sun, moon, or rising sign, or 7th house of relationships, or even the planet Venus. And also, I do want to point out, you got one more card after this, okay? And then we'll summarize your total energy. But let's look at the freedom energy that just came through. You don't have to sacrifice for freedom. Your freedom to be loved. This card is hidden like a soul declaration, okay? Because this isn't just a want anymore. It's a need. You've healed enough to know anything that compromises your peace isn't love, it's bondage. So Spirit is showing you very clearly that you were never meant to feel trapped in a connection. You are meant to expand in love, to feel safe enough to be soft and free enough to be fully you. Okay? Now, let's go ahead and get into the deeper layer of let's get into the deeper layer. Sagittarius and Aquarius energy are all over this card. Sagittarius brings truth, vision, and wild-hearted honesty, while Aquarius brings rebellion, detachment, and soul evolution. The Knight of Coins you pulled here earlier, yeah, like I mentioned, he may have Sag or, Aquarius in his big three, or you do. And what that tells me is that the next connection will honor your space, not invade it. This next man will celebrate your freedom and not be threatened by it. And let's talk placements real quick. If this freedom thing is lighting you up, it's likely also tied to your South Node, 7th house, or Venus. Okay, you are closing karmic loops with past patterns that told you love meant sacrifice. You're closing now those karmic loops. Okay, so now you are stepping into a season where love means liberation. While he is stuck in a cycle of control, as seen here, with your mind, but you're stepping into a life of choice. He's obsessed with possession while you have moved into alignment. You don't need permission to shine. You don't need to shrink to be kept. And the next man's spirit is aligning for you. He'll give you commitment and freedom in the same breath. All right, babe. We got one more card before the total energetic summary. So let's go ahead and drop that final card. All right. You have conjunction, integration, synergy, unity. And that's deep because we are laying it here right under the Knight of Coins. Thank you, Spirit, for that confirmation. Yeah, baby, this man, no, he fumbled you and so scared. But he can be scared all he wants because it's happening. It has already happened in your vortex. It's all up to you to align with the energy of receiving this Knight of Coins. With the conjunction here, this is a astrological placement in your birth chart. Yeah, so there it is. This is not healing so you can be alone forever energy. This is healing so you can finally merge with someone who's aligned with your highest frequency, right? So this card showing up directly under the Knight of Coins, that's not random. That is not random. That spirit saying the one coming in, he's not just available, he's compatible. This is unity with no sacrifice, synergy with no struggle, integration with no confusion. This is also astrological confirmation. A conjunction in astrology means two planets sitting so close together that they activate one another. And what you're moving into is a relationship that activates you, not drains you, that supports your softness and your strength, that grows with you instead of keeping you stuck in a karmic loop. He'll want to walk beside you, not control the direction. Meanwhile, the other man, yeah, he's terrified because whether he's aware of it consciously or not, he feels this new energy circling you. He feels the synergy you're building with yourself, and he knows he doesn't belong in your next chapter. He had chaos. You're attracting co-creation. He had power games. You're attracting peaceful leadership. He had access. Now he's outside the gates. Okay, so this love was always in your vortex. It's not waiting to happen. It's already happening. Now, the only question is, can you fully receive it? Because Spirit isn't asking you to chase. Just stay open. Just keep aligning. Just keep choosing you so the person who's also choosing you can finally reach you. Now, let's go ahead and tap into the total energetic summary. This man sees you as emotional debt he can't duplicate. The kind of love that made him feel safe, seen, and small all at once because he never rose to meet you. He thought you'd always be there. He mistook your quiet loyalty for permission. But he didn't realize what he didn't realize was that the Queen of Cups doesn't beg, she rebuilds. Now, you are radiating intuition, emotional balance, and spiritual confidence. He's obsessing. He's hurting, but the door is closed. And the lights is now shining in a new direction towards a grounded, intentional man, toward a provider, protector, and partner, toward a connection where freedom and love can live in the same space. This is your real harvest. This is your co creation season. And it's not a fantasy, it's already forming around you. All you have to do is stay open to receive. So beautiful card 3. This does conclude your reading. And I hope this reading resonates with you and or inspire you. And if it does, drop a comment below. I absolutely enjoy reading your comments. I am sending you lots of love and good energy.